In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside Royal Brome Pavilion in Seattle, Washington. I'm Greg Sexton. You're watching the SPU webcast as the Seattle Pacific University Falcons come in with a record of 3-9 overall, 0-2 in the GNAC, the Great Northwest Athletic Conference, and the Pacific Lutheran Lutes making the short trip up from Tacoma. It was a doozy out there, the weather getting up this way today, but they come in with a record of 2-5. They have not started their conference schedule yet, and they will do that after the first of the year. A little bit smaller conference. The Northwest Conference has 9 teams in it. I'm sorry, make that, I believe it's actually 8 teams. Either way, they don't start their conference until after the first of the year. It is 9 teams. The GNAC with 10 teams, so the Falcons have gotten in a couple of conference games already, and they lost those both to Simon Fraser and Western Washington. But coming off a win on Saturday against Stanislaus State, and they really played well in that one. They won it by 16 points. The Lutes, on the other hand, get you there. They're coming off a win as well, and I'm sorry, They went 1-1 the weekend of November 29th and 30th, right after Thanksgiving. They won on the 29th, and then they lost on the 30th. So that was 17 days ago. They've had a bit of a break. So we'll see if the rest helps them or if the rust hurts them. Maybe a bit of both here. But head coach for the Lutes is Lee A. Duddle in her third year. And she's going to go with a lineup that features Cassidy Javernick, Taylor Schmidtke, Sydney Reisner, Brooke Samura, and Stacy Spar, as that is Spar in the center circle against Skylar Berry. And Berry taps it forward to her teammate Lolo Weatherspoon. And we'll get you the Falcons lineup here. That's Hunter Beeren with the ball. And they work it around as Weatherspoon will drive and she leaves the floater short, and the rebound comes down to Taylor Schmidtke. And the Lutes the other way. Falcons have Grace Leisure, Lolo Weatherspoon, Hunter Beeren, Lane Kearns, and Skylar Berry in their lineup. And they are coached by Karen Byers in her first season as she's technically still the interim head coach of the Falcons after taking over fairly late. Mike Simonson took the job at Biola. There's a three on the way from Kearns, and it's short. Not Kearns. Going the other way. As the Falcons with possession now. And that one, Beeren dumped it inside for Skylar Berry, and she came up short. So neither team has hit a shot from the floor yet. But the Lutes in possession. And this is Javernick. Gets it over on the wing to Reisner. Comes back out now to Schmidtke. And they continue to work it around. Here's Javernick driving and shoots that one over the rim. They get a shot, and that one misses off, did not hit the rim. As Falcons back the other way, and Hunter Beeren lays it up and in for the first points of the game. So neither team shooting the ball particularly well to start this one, but the Falcons get on the board first at 2-0. There's a good video on the SPU Falcons website, spufalcons.com, of Hunter Beeren, who is a fifth-year player out of Mukilteo, Washington, and her assistant coach, Ava Edmonds, as here's Kearns, and she's too strong on the lay-in there. Beeren tried to steal it, but coming away with it is Samura. And now a three on the way from the corner is no good, but the offensive board for the Lutes, and they keep possession alive. That was Reisner trying the three from the corner. And Schmidtke now. Here is a three on the way from Samura, and that's no good. Rebound to Weatherspoon. And she looks to push it up the floor. Here's Beeren. And she had it poked away by Samura. But the Falcons keep possession. Weatherspoon making some moves there in the post. And she gets it to go. And she will be at the free throw line. A little concerned there that she may have walked with it. But she kept the pivot foot. And she will go to the line here for a chance at a three-point play. Lola Weatherspoon out of Camas, Washington, down in the Portland area. And Weatherspoon knocks in the free throw. Went to Union High School in Vancouver. As the Lutes push it up the floor. And a nice pass there from Samura to Reisner. And Reisner lays it up and in. And the Lutes are on the board. It's 5-2. Samura head up and saw her teammate go into the bucket. And now the Falcons back the other way with a 5-2 lead. Here's Berry into the lane, leans back and leaves it short. And the Lutes with the rebound, heading the other way. But as I was talking about with Hunter Beeren and Ava Edmonds, formerly a player with Pacific Lutheran, as this one, Leisure gets it ahead to Beeren and she lays it up and in. That'll make it 7-2. Ava Edmonds in her first year as an assistant coach for PLU. And, I'm sorry, her first year as an assistant coach for SPU, formerly played at PLU. And those two squared off, Hunter Buren and Ava Edmonds, in the first game for both of them in the COVID year. A lot of precautions, no fans at that time. But very interesting, the video on the SPUFalcons.com website as Samura puts in the floater, and she's on the board with 2. And it's a 7-4 Falcons lead with under 6 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Amelia Bishop has it down low. Now Turley, and they're going to say that Buren walked with the basketball. So it'll go back the other way. Bishop and Turley subbing in a moment ago. And now the Lutes will bring in a couple of subs. Ashley Akamine and Brandy Tobin. And it'll be Tobin to handle the ball coming across midcourt. And Akamine was the one that inbounded it. Here's Tobin. Handing off now to Javernick, and she will spin back to her right and miss the shot. Falcons back the other way. Buren loops it back out for Leisure. Weatherspoon to Buren. She's going to drive, and she's going to put up the floater off the glass. No good. Bishop with the long reach was not able to put it back, as she got the offensive board there, but was not able to hit the shot. And the Lutes now the other way, down just 3. And this one kicked out now for a 3, and that one well off the mark by Reisner. And here come the Falcons back the other way. Turley will get it back out to Buren. In the post now for Bishop. She'll kick it over in the corner for Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon drives, draws some contact, and draws the foul. And that one is going on Cassidy Javernick. That's her first. And this will take us to the under 5 timeout here in the first quarter. 7-4, Falcons leading here in the early going. 4:42 to play first quarter. We'll be right back in just a moment. Back inside Royal Brown Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SP webcast. Falcons with a 7-4 lead over the Lutes. And I'm kind of looking at the monitor here. I'm not sure if you're able to see the score on your screen at home, but it is, you can see some of it. It is 7-4, Falcons with the lead. And Lola Weatherspoon at the free throw line, as neither team really has gotten into much of a rhythm so far in the first 5 minutes of the game. But the Falcons now with a 4-point lead, and Weatherspoon trying to make it 5. And that one comes up short. She completed a 3-point play a little earlier and is now 2 out of 3 at the free throw line. And Weatherspoon with 4 points total, and Leisure fighting for this one and comes up with it and loses it out of bounds. And the Lutes will keep it. But Leisure was coming the other way with it. As the Lutes will sub in Jada Wood, senior out of Port Angeles, Washington. We get an offensive foul called here. And that one is going to go on Sydney Reisner away from the ball. That's her second foul. And the third team foul on the Lutes here in the first quarter. Falcons have committed just one to this point. Here's Grace Turley to Grace Leisure. And she walked to the basketball. Kind of dragged that pivot foot. And a turnover as Grace Mertice comes in for Grace Leisure. The Falcons full of Graces. As for the Lutes, they make another substitution. They get Javernick. I believe Javernick was on the bench and is back out there. This one in the post and at the feet there as Bishop scoops it up off the floor for the Falcons. And here's Turley driving, finding Weatherspoon, gets into the lane, and that one off the mark. Weatherspoon, though, gets in there and gets her own rebound. Here's Kearns on a three, and that one off the mark. And the rebound comes down to Taylor Schmidtke. It was either Schmidtke or Javernick that took a break. Javernick knocks in the three from the right wing, and the Lutes back within one at 8-7. Falcons get it down the court quickly, but Bishop ends up kicking it out to Weatherspoon. And now Bishop gets it back. Couldn't get the first one to go, gets her own rebound and puts it up and in. And Amelia Bishop at 6'3", taller than just about any of the Lutes that we've seen so far. They do have Madison Moles listed at 6'5", but everybody else on the Lutes roster under 6 feet. As Bishop will miss the free throw. That one popped in and out. But Bishop with 2 points on the board, and it's 10-7. SPU with the lead. And that one thrown away as some miscommunication there. Akamine was cutting toward the bucket, and Javernick thought she was going outside the perimeter and throws it out of bounds. Falcons the other way with a 3-point lead and just over 3 minutes to play. Here's Mertice. Gives it to Kearns. And now Weatherspoon with it. Gets it over the top for Bishop. Nice pass there by Lola Weatherspoon. And Bishop catches it and puts it in. They're taking advantage of that size advantage there with Bishop at 6'3", and the long arms as well. As we get a whistle here. And a foul called on Grace Turley. That'll be her first. It was a very nice looking assist there from Weatherspoon to Bishop on the last play. And she just patiently waited for Bishop to kind of get in position to take that pass. As this is Tobin driving on the right baseline, double team, kicks it out for Samura, and she misses on the three. I was getting ready to throw another syllable in there. It's Samura. As Weatherspoon gets it out to Turley, and she misses on the three. The rebound loose on the floor, and it's a held ball. The possession arrow favors the Lutes. As Hunter Beeren comes back on for the Falcons, as does Haley Ota. Ota out of Honolulu, Hawaii, and the Lutes with a few Hawaiians on their roster, as well as a lot of players from Washington and Oregon. As this shot misses, and Beeren with the rebound the other way. Inside for Bishop again, and Bishop misses this time off the glass. Did not draw iron. This one going the other way, and Ota gets a hand in there and knocks it away. Falcons back the other way with just over a minute and a half to play in the first quarter, and they lead by 5. Here's Bishop. That one too strong, and Bishop gets tangled up with Wood on the floor, but the Lutes end up with the ball. And this is Akamine. And we're going to get a foul called here. And I believe it'll go on Beeren, and it will. First foul on Hunter Beeren with 1:13 to play here in the first quarter. Skylar Berry in for the Falcons and Madison Moles in for the Lutes. I mentioned Hawaiians and Washington and Oregon natives on the Lutes roster, but Moles is from Fresno, California. This one thrown away, and here come the Falcons the other way. As Ota got it to Kearns, but she was not able to take it straight up. Kicks it back out, and Beeren misses on the 3. And it goes out of bounds, back to the Lutes. Leisure will come back in for Mertice for the Falcons. And for the Lutes, Moles with the inbound to Tobin. And they also have Akamine, Samura, and Schmidtke on the floor at the moment. Here's Samura. And lost it right to Kearns. Kearns has it poked away and now is fouled all the way on her own baseline. And Samura commits the foul. Brooke Samura out of Kamuela, Hawaii. And the Falcons in the bonus, so Lane Kearns goes from her own baseline to the free throw line here to shoot 2 with 38.7 left. 38.8 make it in the first quarter. And Kearns knocks in the first free throw. Kearns leading the Falcons with 11.2 points per game. And coming into this game, shooting 86% from the free throw line. Goes 2 for 2 there. The sophomore from Hamilton, Montana. As the Falcons lead it 14-7. Moles looking for somewhere to go with it. I think that they called her. Did they call her for 5 seconds? They did. There was that's pretty rare that you see that called when someone just has the ball in the front court. But basically, Moles didn't move anywhere with it for 5 seconds, and they blew the whistle. Beeren tried to slip it through to Kearns, and it's loose on the floor. And it is a held ball. The Falcons will keep it with 3.9 left on the clock. So they will try to get a shot off here at the end of the quarter. Skylar Berry catches and misses. And the rebound to the Lutes. They do not get a shot off going the other way. As a low-scoring first quarter, the Falcons put up 29 in the first quarter against Stanislaus State the other night. They put up 14 here. The Lutes, though, just with 7. And we will take a break here on the SPU webcast. We'll be back in just a moment.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Back inside Royal Brown Pavilion for the start of the second quarter. Falcons lead the Lutes 14-7, and both teams shooting below 30% in that first quarter. The Falcons go 4 out of 6 at the free throw line. The Lutes have not been to the line yet, as we were getting ready to inbound here, and they're going to bring in Brooke Samura for Emmy Wada, and maybe they just said that Wada didn't notify the scorers table that she was going to sub in. I think that's the reason why they brought her back off the floor. Falcons with possession, though. And the Lutes have out-rebounded the Falcons to this point, 15-11. Skylar Berry has it poked away, and the Lutz bench wanting to travel there as Berry was having a hard time regaining her footing. Here's Buren kicking it in the corner for Kearns for a 3, and the Falcons go up by 10. Lane Kearns knocking down a 3 from the corner, and she's got 5 points so far in this one. And this is Akamine in the front court for PLU. Samura in the corner now. We'll bring it up on top for Javernick. Javernick drives, puts up the floater, puts it in off the glass over Skylar Berry. And Javernick with 5 points now for the Lutz. Here's Kearns kicking it out to Ota, now in the post for Berry. Berry driving on Moles, kicks it in the corner. Another 3 on the way from Kearns, and this one is off the mark. Moles with the rebound. And the Lutz back the other way. Javernick with it. 17-9 your score. Javernick with the floater. Couldn't get it to go. Moles is there for the rebound and couldn't get it back up. Skylar Berry with the defense. And the Falcons come away with it as they save it in bounds. Here's Buren driving on Akamine, and Samura comes in behind and steals it away. Good heads-up play there by Brooke Samura as she goes to the other end. Couldn't get the shot to go. And the Falcons will keep possession. Wada will check in now for Samura, and Weatherspoon is now in for Berry for the Falcons. But Brooke Samura was able to come up with a steal there and take it down to the other end. Couldn't get the shot to go. Pass in from Wada to Moles, and coming back the other way, Buren loses it out of bounds. As the Lutz will have possession. 8:07 to go here in the first half. This one does not count in the standings for PLU, as that one gets through the hands of Madison Moles out of bounds, and the Falcons will have it. It does count for SPU in the standings, and you see that a lot when a Division II team plays a Division III, or one team plays a team from a division up or a division down. The higher division team will usually count it as a regular season game, and the lower division team will count it as an exhibition game. As Buren misses, Leisure got to it and was not able to get the shot back up, but it's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by the Lutz, and so the Falcons will keep it. Not a lot of free-flowing offense so far on either side in this one. Buren into the lane, and she misses on that one. Leisure gets the rebound, can't get it to go, and Buren is over the back of Akamine, who is grimacing in pain on the floor. As Buren came all the way over her back, and I maybe got an... They're going to get a foul here on Akamine. It kind of looked from my vantage point that Buren was over the back. But Akamine is up now. She's going to come to the bench. I think she took an elbow in the ribs. That would be my guess. Grace Turley back in for SPU, and Kate Wooten in for PLU. As Stacy Spar back on the floor for them as well. Here's Weatherspoon kicking it in the right corner to Kearns. Kearns steps back and hits the shot there. Was able to hold on to it after she kind of dribbled into Emmy Wada. Here's a 3 on the other end by Javernick, and Cassidy Javernick gets that one to go. She's got 8 points in the ballgame. Here's Kearns spinning, putting it up over Javernick. Couldn't get the shot to go. Leisure gets in there, but taps it out of bounds. And this one, neither team really getting into much of a rhythm. as there have been some good plays here and there, but not a lot of sustained offense on either side. Here is Wada. And Leisure gets in and pokes that one away. Kearns forward for Weatherspoon. And she'll loop it over into the corner for Ota. And Ota knocks down the three from the corner. And the Falcons go back up by 10. And that was a good-looking fast break for the Falcons there. They shared the ball well. They found the open shooter. That was Haley Ota. Timeout called by the Lutes by Leah Duddle with 6:14 to go in the second quarter. And we will step aside on the SPU webcast. We'll be back in just a moment.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Back inside Royal Brown Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SP webcast. Falcons lead at 22-12. Falcons are getting out-rebounded so far, but the Lutes have already turned it over 12 times in this game. Both teams still shooting under 30% for the game. And the Falcons have 11 points off turnovers, and that was almost another one, but it's tapped to Wada in the corner, and the shot is off the mark. Ota chases down the rebound. But the Lutes yet to register a point off of a turnover. Falcons have turned it over 5 times. Ota misses on the shot. And here come the Lutes the other way. And there's another turnover as Weatherspoon gets in front of Wada. And the Falcons bring it back the other way. Here's Weatherspoon driving. And she'll turn around and leave it short. Good defense there by Wada. Here is Turley, and she misses on the shot as well. And the Lutes back the other way. As this is going to be Wooten driving and kicking to Javernick, and Javernick knocks down another 3. And Cassidy Javernick keeping the Lutes in this one, down 7. She's got 11 points for the Lutes. Lane Kearns walked to the basketball. And we're going back the other way as Hunter Buren checks in, as does Julia Levine. Levine, a redshirt freshman out of Yorba Linda, California. And she's getting her first action of the evening. Saw a lot of Falcons get into the game on Saturday against Stanislaus State. Levine did not get in, but she's out there now. But Grace Mertis had a good game off the bench. This one, nice pass there for Wooten, and she takes it to the bucket and lays it up and in. Wooten, a freshman out of Maple Valley, Washington. And the Lutes back within 5. Here's a 3 on the way from Turley from the corner, no good. Rebound to Wada. Wada down the court. Here's Wooten on a 3, and that one's well off the market. Does not draw iron. Here's Kearns back the other way. Kearns trying to get it to Levine. She does end up with it, and she puts it up and in. Levine not with the catch and immediately shoot there, but she was able to regain control of it and put it in off the glass. Julia Levine with her first 2 of the ball game. And that one misses from Javernick, too strong. Leisure, the rebound. Here come the Falcons back the other way. They lead by 7. Leisure finds Levine and then screens for her. Now it's out to Buren. Here's Leisure in the corner, out to Turley. And now Buren will take it back. Grace Leisure drives, pulls up from just inside the free throw line, puts it in off the glass. Good take there by Leisure, and just got inside the free throw line. And that is her first 2 of the ball game. And the Falcons lead it by 9. Wada back the other way. Will kick it out to Wooten in the corner for a 3, and that one is short. Kearns with the rebound. Out ahead for Buren, and there's Leisure running the floor, and Buren finds her going to the bucket for the lay-in. Another good fast break there by the Falcons, and they go up by 11. 28-17. Lutz have hung around. Falcons trying to put a little distance as Leisure commits a foul there. Trying to come over for the block on Wooten, but gets some of the body as well. First foul on Grace Leisure. Grace Mertice will check in as for the Lutz. Kylie Griffin, Shayla Allen Greggs, and Brooke Samura back in. As Griffin and Allen Greggs both check in for the first time. And Wooten will go to the free throw line. And brings the Lutz to within 10, within 9 rather, as she knocks down both free throws. Here's Mertice kicking it to Kearns. Kearns trying to go around. Wooten gets into the lane and leaves it short. She's able to get her own rebound and then throws it through the hands of Buren. And I think I got to say, Buren should have had that one, and I think she would agree. Kicking herself there as the Lutz back the other way. Here's Samura. Gets it to Griffin. And now here's Wooten going behind the back. Nice looking move there. And Griffin can't get the shot to go, though. And the Falcons back the other way. Under 2 minutes to play first half. Here's Buren. And good defense there by Wooten. And she gets the held ball. And this is going back the other way to the Lutz. Wooten with basically a blocked shot. And she sustained it as Buren was trying to get it up. And Wooten was able to pull it away. Here's Samura driving around Wooten in, lays it up and in, went back the other way. And the Lutz back within 7 at 28-21 as Samura has 4 points now. Buren going to Leisure out at the top of the key. Leisure down the lane, couldn't get it to go. And the rebound to Shayla Allen Greggs. And the Falcons committing a foul there. That's Levine. Called for the foul, and Amelia Bishop will come in. Minute 22 to go first half. And the Falcons holding a 7-point lead. But the Lutz with possession. Here's Wada driving into the lane and tried to go down low to Griffin, and it's knocked out of bounds by the Falcons. Wada with a good idea there to try to get it through to Kylie Griffin, the sophomore out of Lake Tapps, Washington. But Falcons tip it out. And now Wada walks with the basketball. And so we're going the other way. Emmy Wada did not get into the game in the first quarter, but has had some solid minutes here in the second quarter. She's a junior out of Aiea, Hawaii, and of northeast Oahu, if my memory serves me correctly. This is Bishop with a nice move, going to her right and then back to her left, and scoops it in off the glass. And Bishop with a good footwork there. She's got 6. Falcons lead it by 9. Samura with the floater, and it's off the mark. Rebound to Bishop. And here's Buren the other way, driving the lane. And she will try to kick it back. She will kick it back out, but she'll get fouled in the process. And the foul on Samura. Second foul on Brooke Samura. Samura's looked good for the Lutes as well. Here's a three on the way from Mertice, and that one a little too strong. And the Lutes come away with the rebound. Here's Wooten the other way. The shot clock is off. The Lutes can run it all the way, run the game clock all the way down. This one, they were trying to get it over the top of Bishop, but Bishop backing up and taking it away. Here's Leisure the other way. Couldn't get the shot to go. It's off the mark. Wooten with the rebound, and that'll do it for the first half of action here from Royal Brown Pavilion. Falcons with a 9-point lead, 30-21 at the break. And we've seen some good action on both ends, some nice individual plays. Neither team really has gotten into a great rhythm and sustained it for long, but the Falcons with a 9-point lead at half, and they'll take that. We will take a break on the SPU webcast. We'll be back with about 5 minutes or so, 5 minutes and change before the second half gets underway, and we will recap the first half, take a look around these respective conferences that these teams are from, and we will have more for you in about 9.5 minutes. We'll be back with more from Royal Brown Pavilion.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Welcome back inside Royal Brown Pavilion. Greg Sexton with you at half as the Falcons lead the Lutes 30-21. And neither team shot the ball particularly well in that first half. The Falcons now sitting right at 30%, and the Lutes are at 29.6. So we'll round that up and say they are at 30% as well. The Lutes actually shot 30% on 3 of 10 from the three-point arc, and the Falcons just 2 out of 10 beyond the arc for a 20% clip. Falcons made 4 out of 6 from the free throw line. The Lutes 2 out of 2. And the Lutes with the rebounding advantage 25-24, they've turned the ball over 15 times in the first half. The Falcons have turned it over 8 times, so this has not been a very cleanly played ball game so far. Falcons with 10 steals, and the Lutes with just 2. Falcons leading in points off turnovers 13-4 in that category. Individually, only 4 Lutes have gotten on the board, although they have had 13 players in the game, but only 4 of them have scored. Cassidy Javernick had 11 to lead the way for them, and they got 4 rebounds from Taylor Schmidtke, but she didn't register any points. 4 points apiece from Brooke Samura and from Kate Wooten off the bench. For the Falcons, they had 10 players take the floor in the first half, and 7 of them scored. Lane Kearns with 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, and an assist. Solid first half for her. Just 2 out of 7 from the floor, 1 out of 3 from beyond the arc, but knocked down a couple of free throws, went 2 for 2 from the stripe. Amelia Bishop, 6 points and 3 rebounds off the bench in just 6 minutes played. And when she was out there, they were taking advantage of her height and length. Lola Weatherspoon, Hunter Beeren, and Grace Leisure each with 4 points for the Falcons. Leisure with 5 rebounds and 3 steals as well. So Leisure's been filling up the stat sheet. She had a solid game against Stanislaus State on Saturday. She actually had career highs in blocks and might have been blocks and rebounds. It was blocks and something. She set 2 career highs on Saturday, but she had 5 block shots on Saturday against the Stanislaus State Warriors. Falcons, though, with a 30-21 lead at the half. Quickly taking a look around both of the conferences here, the Great Northwest Athletic Conference. There are 4 teams in action tonight. Montana State Billings is taking on Cal Poly Pomona in Las Vegas. Billings is playing 3 games in Vegas this week. Multnomah is at St. Martin's in Lacey. St. Martin's just went to Pullman on Sunday and took on and lost to the Washington State Cougars, a Division I team. So, of course, we have this game here, and then Alaska Fairbanks is in Hayward, California at Cal State East Bay. A lot of games going on this week, though, and some of them are neutral site games. I mentioned Billings is playing 3 times in Vegas. Alaska Anchorage is playing in Honolulu a couple of games this week, and Western Washington is playing a couple of games at Hilo, Hawaii. After the new year, though, it's all GNAC conference games, and you can say the same for the Northwest Conference, as Linfield, a perfect 9-0 so far in non-conference. George Fox and Whitman out to good starts as well, each 7-1. There has actually been one conference game. Willamette defeated Lewis and Clark back in earlier December. I guess it's mid-December now, so. But they did have one conference game. Nobody else in the conference has played a conference game yet, so kind of an oddity there, but 9 teams in the conference, so they needed to get one in somewhere there. But this week, as we're coming back to action here. Laverne, this is last night. Laverne defeated Whitworth. Willamette defeated UC Santa Cruz. And Chapman over Whitworth tonight. Of course, we have this one here, and then Willamette is hosting Washington and Lee. As a few more games before the end of the week. But we are back to action here at Royal Brown Pavilion, and the Falcons have the first possession of the second half. Lola Weatherspoon into the lane, and she puts in the turnaround jumper. And Weatherspoon starts off the second half. She's got 6 points. Here's Samura. Kicks it out. And coming down the lane and getting it now to Schmidtke. And the shot goes up. And it's Samura scoring there. And that gives her 6 points for the ball game. So Brooke Samura, just a freshman out of Kamuela, Hawaii, as Hunter Beeren puts in the floater from the left side of the key from about 10 feet out. And Beeren's got 6. Falcons with an 11-point lead. This is Schmidtke, and they're going to get Kearns for a foul. Kearns thought she went straight up there, but did get a hand in, and she knocked it away from Schmidtke. Second foul on Lane Kearns. Sophomore out of Hamilton, Montana. Had some good moments as a freshman here for SPU, and she's led the Falcons so far in scoring this year. Schmidtke looking for somewhere to go with it, gets it to Samura. Samura is going to go back to her right, back to her left, and tried to get it underneath, and they do save it in bounds. And they, however, run out of shot clock. The Lutes unable to get a shot up, and the Falcons will take it over, up by 11 here early in the third quarter. Beeren for Kearns. And now out to Weatherspoon. She'll put it in the post to Skylar Berry, who will drive down the lane and misses the shot, but draws the foul on Stacy Spar. That is the first foul on Spar. But Skylar Berry gets the free throw line here for 2. And the first one is good. Skylar Berry, so far on the season, 65% at the free throw line, 13 out of 20. And she gets both here. So the Falcons go up by 13. And the Lutes trying to stay within reach here. Samura gets it to Javernick. Javernick had 11 in the first half, including 3 from beyond the arc. Here's Samura. And the shot clock again running down here. This one, they tried to go over Weatherspoon, and she's able to jump up and take it. And now she loses it, going into the front court. And so the Lutes back the other way. Javernick going to take a 3 from the top of the key, and that one misses. Leisure couldn't get to the rebound. Now a 3 from Schmidtke, and that one goes down. And Taylor Schmidtke with her first 3 of the ball game. And the Lutes back within 10. Here's Skylar Berry. And she puts that one in and one. The way she reacted there looked like maybe she thought that we were going the other way. But no, they gave her the bucket and one. As Madison Moles will check in here for Stacy Spar for the Lutes. And the Falcons lead it 38-26. And Skylar Berry at the free throw line trying to complete the three-point play. And she does. It's 39-26. We'll see if they get that right on the scoreboard. The Lutes do have 26. But Skylar Berry completing the three-point play there. And kicking it back out to Javernick. Now a shot going up from the left corner from Sydney Reisner, and she can't connect. That one was from about 18 feet out. It was a long two. Falcons with the rebound. Here's Lane Kearns with it. Barry puts up the shot and leaves it short. Leisure taps it right back out to her. And now Weatherspoon will go back inside to Leisure, and that one off the mark, but Barry is there for the offensive rebound. Tried to scoop it up, couldn't get it to go. It comes out to Kearns. Kearns loses it. Barry is on the floor with it, and they're going to get a foul here on Taylor Schmidtke. So the Falcons keeping possession alive there and able to draw the foul as Tammy Gallo-Paul comes in for the first time for the Lutes. She's a sophomore out of Tacoma. Went to Emerald Ridge High School, which is kind of South Puyallup. And her hometown listed as Tacoma, though. Weatherspoon to Barry, and Moles comes over and harasses Skylar Barry into a missed shot, but the Falcons keep the rebound. They did not draw iron on the shot there, so they didn't reset the shot clock, and the Falcons unaware that the shot clock was running down, and they commit a shot clock violation. And again, the scoreboard still at 39-25, but the Lutes do have 26. So we'll see if they get that straightened out. Javernick gets it to Gallo-Paul, and she is blocked by Kearns. Gallo-Paul just 5'4", and Kearns not a lot taller, 5'7", but tough to get a shot up in traffic for someone who is 5'4". Here is a shot up and in by Schmidtke. Schmidtke, a senior out of Buckley, Washington, went to White River High School. And Falcons back the other way. Skylar Barry walked with the basketball. And the Lutes will take it back. As Grace Mertis comes on, and Grace Turley as well for SPU. Grace Leisure checks out, as does Weatherspoon. And now the Lutes with possession. Samura hands off to Javernick. Here's Gallo-Paul going to take a three, and that one goes in. Gallo-Paul turned around and shot it with confidence and drains it. Here's Mertis for Biren. Lutes are within 8 as Barry misses on the shot. And now back the other way. Here's another three from Schmidtke, and that one is short. And the Falcons end up with it. Kearns ahead for Biren, and she'll take it all the way to the glass and lay it up and in. It did not stop the ball there. And Hunter Biren puts in points 7 and 8 for her. 41-31 is your score. And Turley gets a hand in there and takes it away from Schmidtke. And the Falcons back the other way. Biren drops it back for Kearns. Kearns into the lane and puts in the floater. That one hung up on the rim for a second and crawled over. And Kearns now with 9 in the ball game. Here's Gallo-Paul back the other way. And a shot going up from the corner misses everything from Samura. And Turley with the rebound for the Falcons. Kearns driving down the lane, couldn't get the shot to go, gets her own rebound. Now they can find Biren for a three from the left wing, and Hunter Biren puts the Falcons up by 15. They still have the Lutes with 30, but they have 31. Timeout called here by Lee A. Duddle. And 3:25 remaining here in the third quarter. And I believe still the scoreboard is off by 1 for the Lutes. It should be 46-31, but we'll see what the official score is. We'll step aside here though on the SBU webcast. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Back to action at Royal Brown Pavilion. Greg Sexton with you as the Falcons come out with Barry, Turley, Ota, Buren, and Mertis. And the Lutes with Wooten, Wada, Rayleigh Wardenar is on the floor for the first time. Gallo Paul is out there, and underneath the basket, I'm looking for a jersey number. That is Jada Wood. And they still have the Lutes with 30 on the scoreboard, but this one out of bounds. The Falcons will take it back. I saw the discrepancy happen when it happened, and I believe the live stats are still correct with the score at 46-31. Hopefully, it doesn't hopefully for the Falcons' sake anyway, it doesn't come back to make a difference as Turley drives down the left side of the lane, puts up the shot, and it's off the back iron, but she draws the foul, and that's going to go on Tammy Gallo-Paul. Lola Weatherspoon into the game. Comes in for Grace Mertis. And Grace Turley at the free throw line with 2:56 to play here in the third quarter. And Turley puts in the first shot. And that is her first point of the ball game. Second one up and good as well. Grace Turley, perfect from the free throw line on the season. Now 13 out of 13. As here's Wada the other way. Gallo-Paul. And it's knocked away by Turley, trying to get it to Wardenar in the corner. And the Falcons back the other way. Buren will hand off to Barry, who will hand it right back to Buren. She drives and scoops it up and in off the glass. And Hunter Buren now with 13 points in the ball game. And Wada was trying to get it over the top to Wardenar, but a little too high out of her reach. And the Falcons will take it back again. Saw a bucket from, as we get another timeout here, Julia Levine scored in the first half. And that was the first time I remember seeing her score here at Royal Brown Pavilion. She's got 14 points on the season. But Turley with her first couple points from the free throw line a moment ago. We're going to go ahead and take another break here on the SBU webcast. We'll be right back. 2:23 to play in the third. SPU has it in bounds here with just over 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. And it looked like they were having a discussion about the scoreboard and the stat sheet there. This one, a 3 off the mark by Buren and tapped out by the Falcons. But they still have 50-30 on the board. And now they actually have changed it on the live stats. So I think maybe there was a 3, what I thought was a 3 earlier, that they ruled a 2. And now I am seeing it. As this one goes up from Wada, she can't get it to go, but she gets her own rebound, puts up another attempt, and can't get that one either. As there was a bucket that was initially ruled a 3 on the live stats that was actually a 2. So it is now 30 for the Lutes, and Skylar Berry goes to the bucket and has a wide open lay-in, and it's a 22-point lead now for SPU as they're pulling away here late in the third quarter. Lane Kearns back in for SPU, and for the Lutes, Ava Bright checking in for the first time. Wardenar and Brandy Tobin in. Jada Wood still out there. And also Kylie Griffin. The Lutes with a deep bench. And I think all of their players have gotten in now. Yes. They have 16 players on the roster, and all of them have gotten in here into this game. Falcons will have it going the other way. And this is going to be, because the Falcons are in the bonus, they're going to go to the free throw line. Haley Ota will go to the free throw line here. Falcons up by 22. And Ota's first free throw is good. Haley Ota making her first free throw, her first made free throw of the season there, and there's her second one, as she was 0 for 1 at the line prior to that free throw, so goes from 0% to 67% real quick. Here's Tobin kicking it out for Griffin, and she steps inside the arc and misses on the shot. Ball into the corner, and it's going to stay with the Lutes with 44.8 left. .24 lead for the Falcons. And the ball comes out to Jada Wood. Now Tobin with it. And now Griffin will get it down low for Wardenar, and a good move there, but couldn't get the shot to go. Tobin, though, with the rebound. And Tobin looking for somewhere to go. Here's Wood for a 3. And Jada Wood knocks it down as Brandy Tobin kept that one alive and got it back out to her teammate, Jada Wood. And it's a 21-point lead now for SPU as they can play for the last shot here in the third quarter. Here's Kearns getting a screen from Barry. She'll kick it to Turley in the corner, and Grace Turley had that one halfway down, but it pops out. And a shot up and short by Kylie Griffin. Falcons lead it by 21 after 3 quarters of play, 54-33. As 1 quarter to go. We'll have it coming up for you on the SPU webcast. We'll be right back.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Back inside Royal Brome Pavilion as we enter the final quarter here on Tuesday evening, the week before Christmas. Falcons will play 2 more times this weekend in Salt Lake City, actually. There's a bank shot in by Ava Bright, and she's on the scoreboard, freshman out of Bonnie Lake. And we get a traveling violation called on Leisure, and the Lutes will have it going back the other way. As Wardenar will inbound to Tobin. But the Falcons with games coming up on Friday and Saturday. Westminster hosting a mini tournament, and they'll play. The Falcons will play Westminster on Friday, and then Metro State of Denver on Saturday. Falcons will take possession here as Pacific Lutheran will be at Northwest University in Kirkland tomorrow. We get a whistle here on Shayla Allen Greggs as she commits the foul on Skylar Berry. The Lutes will be off after tomorrow night, after they play at Northwest University, until Monday, December 30th. They will have another non-conference game against Vancouver Island University before they start their conference schedule in January. Here's Kearns, and forced one up there. There was some contact. The ball goes out of bounds. Kearns thought that she got fouled there, but Falcons keep the ball. 8 on the shot clock. As Karen Byers will sub Hunter Beeren back in for Lane Kearns. And Beeren will inbound. Berry to Ota, now Weatherspoon, and Beeren's aware of the shot clock, but she walked to the basketball. Shuffled the pivot foot there, and the Lutes will take it back with 9:03 to go as Tammy Gallo-Paul checks in. Here's Tobin across midcourt. Tobin out of Ewa Beach, Hawaii, which is also on Oahu. As this one thrown out of bounds as Bright was trying to get it to Wardenar. Wardenar was kind of leaning back, and Bright went more toward the three-point line with that pass. Falcons will take it back, leading by 19 with just over 8:30 to go in the game. Here's Skylar Berry going around Allen Greggs. Reverses it up and in. Nice move there. And Skylar Berry will head to the free throw line with an and one for the second time in the game. Skylar Berry now with 9 points in the ball game. Second foul on Shayla Allen Greggs out of Yakima, Washington. And Skylar Berry's her one free throw is good. And Grace Mertice will check in for Lola Weatherspoon for the Falcons. Falcons lead it now 57-35. This one over Tobin. And the Lutes having some trouble connecting on their passes, and neither one, the last two that were thrown out of bounds, neither one of them looked like they were that bad of a pass, but just a lack of connection. Falcons with a 22-point lead. Here's Barry driving and lays it up and in as she got to the glass, and she's got 12 points in the game now. Here's Gallo Paul taking a three, and that one off the back iron, rebound to Leisure. Falcons back the other way. Ota taking a three in transition, and why not? Haley Ota drains it, and she's got 8 points in the game, 62-35. Tobin drives to the bucket. Leisure comes from behind and blocks the shot. Grace Leisure measures 6 feet, but has a long wingspan as well. And they do get a foul on Leisure there. Looked like it was all ball from behind, but maybe a little bit of body contact as well on Brandy Tobin. So Tobin misses the first free throw, and she'll get one more here, and she gets that one to go. And the score now 62-36. Brandy Tobin with her first point of the game there. Here's Mertice for Buren. And now Mertice going to take a three from the right wing, and that one is off the mark as it rims out. Lutz back the other way, trailing by 26. Lutz have played a lot of low-scoring games as they both... There's Leisure again with the block on Alan Greggs, as Levine will come in now for the Falcons for Leisure. But Leisure showing those shot-blocking chops. Falcons with the ball going the other way. Mertice in the post for Barry. And Barry going to try to make something happen again there. That time the scoop shot is off the mark. She was able to get it up on the rim, but falls off the rim. Here's Tobin. Tobin driving on Levine, and Levine got a piece of it. And now Levine is fouled under her own basket. The foul going on Brandy Tobin. As Emmy Wada will check back in for Pacific Lutheran. 6:30 to play in the ball game. And the Falcons across midcourt. Ota to Mertice. Now Levine will get it to Buren. Levine back to Buren. Barry at the top of the key, turns, puts it up, and that one rims out. And the rebound to Shayla Allen Greggs. Lutz the other way. Here's Bright. And Barry comes over and blocks the shot. And we get a whistle. And it's going against the Lutz. Foul committed by Ava Bright, trying to get the ball back there. Falcons will bring in Peyton Bergevine, graduate student out of Walla Walla, Washington, and a transfer from Linfield University, which they play in the Northwest Conference, along with Pacific Lutheran. As Kylie Griffin comes back in, and Madison Moles goes to the scorer's table, and she'll check in at the next dead ball. Bergevine with the ball. She'll get it to Skylar Berry. Here is Buren down the lane, lays it up and in. And Hunter Buren now with 15 points in the ball game, coming off a 22-point night on Saturday. Emi Wada with the ball, and she will try to scoop it up. She'll get to the line as Levine commits the foul. Julia Levine, her second foul. And Emi Wada to the free throw line as Madison Moles does come in here for Shayla Allen-Greggs. And Wada at the line. She's trying to get on the scoreboard, and she does. Wada had some good moments in the first half, but registers her first point there, and now they're going to call a lane violation on the Lutes as Kate Wooten will come back on. So Wada did get that first free throw, though, so she's on the scoreboard, 64-37. Here's Bergeveen for Barry. And Levine driving into the lane, scoops it up, and that one off the glass, no good. Off the glass and the rim. Wada the other way. She'll kick it back out to Moles. And now Bright with it. Here's Griffin. Hands back to Wooten. Shot clock running down. Bright to Wada. Wada drives. She'll step back and shoot over Levine, and that one off the mark. Rebound put back up a couple of times there by Wooten, and Lutz still with possession. Bright misses, and Skylar Berry the rebound. Falcons back down the floor the other way. Mertice will get it to Berry. And now Mertice in the lane, and she scooped that one up, couldn't get it to go. And Levine is there for the putback, and she gets fouled as Levine will go to the free throw line to try to complete a three-point play. Foul committed by Ava Bright. This will take us to the final media timeout of the ball game with 4:05 to play in this one, and the Falcons in control, 66-37. We'll be right back in just a moment on the SPU webcast. Back inside Royal Brown Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SP webcast. Falcons by 29, and Julia Levine going to the free throw line, trying to make it 30. Mentioned 16 Lutes have gotten into the ball game tonight. The Falcons with everybody as Levine's free throw is off the mark. Bergeveen taps it out, but it comes out to Wada. Falcons, Madison Rubino has not appeared in this one or the last one, and I think she is not active for the Falcons, apparently nursing an injury. But Phoenix Sharp has not made it into this game for the Falcons either. As here is Wada, and that one comes up short, and Buren with the rebound. Gets it ahead for Levine. Levine drives, puts it up, puts it in. Julia Levine running the floor. And she has not played a ton of minutes in this game, but she's had some good moments in this one. Gets the Falcons in front by 31. Here's Ava Bright. And she will get it now to Kylie Griffin. Bright getting a screen from Moles. And now Griffin with it. A Three on the way from Wooten is no good. And now here comes Phoenix Sharp for the first time in the ball game, coming in for Skylar Berry. With the count now at 68-37, Phoenix Sharp checks in for the first time. Freshman out of Las Vegas, Nevada. And Moles gets it, goes up over Sharp and misses on the shot. And the Falcons with the rebound the other way. So everyone on both rosters other than Madison Rubino, as Sharp scoops that one up off the glass, and it's off the mark. Lutz back the other way. Madison Rubino has looked good for the Falcons when she's been in there. Here's a three on the way from the top of the key for Kylie Griffin, and she knocks it in. And it's 68-40. Griffin with her first 3 points of the game. And the Falcons back the other way. Sharp driving on Moles, and Levine ends up with it. Levine puts it up, puts it in. Julia Levine is going to have another opportunity at a three-point play as she's able to get that shot in and draw the foul. And Levine with 8 points now off the bench. It was Mertice the other night on Saturday that had 8 as Levine misses on the free throw. And here's Wada pushing the ball down the floor. Gets it to Wooten for a three. And Kate Wooten drops in a three from the corner. And it's 70-43. Wooten with 7 points in the ball game. Here's Mertice to Bergevin. Now Mertice going to take a three, and that one rims out. Knocked down a couple of threes the other night, did Mertice. And ended up with 8 points. Levine got a hand in there. It's going to go back to the Lutz as Levine touched it last. Here's Ota into the game for Buren with 1:20 to go. And Buren to the bench for presumably the final time tonight. Falcons by 27 with 75 ticks to play here. As Bright comes down the lane, misses the shot. Sharp with the rebound. Here's Levine the other way. Levine getting up all the way to the bucket and couldn't get the lay-in to go. Levine looks good running the floor, though. As she's able to take it to the glass. Here is Wada stepping back, taking a three over Levine. That one off the mark. Levine taking the long rebound and heading back the other way. Bergevin a three, and that one off the mark. Wada back the other way for PLU. Wada finds Bright at the bucket, lays it up and in. Good find there from Wada to Ava Bright. Ava Bright out of Bonnie Lake. Here's Sharp taking a three. And Phoenix Sharp knocks in a three from the top of the key. And gets on the scoreboard for SPU. 73-45 as the shot clock is off. And PLU can do whatever they want here with this possession. Wada drives, scoops it up, and off the mark. Sharp the rebound. And Sharp going to take a half-court heave there, and it's off the mark. But Phoenix Sharp did knock down a three from the top of the key a moment ago. And she gets on the board for SPU. They win it by 28, 73-45. As this game was a 9-point margin at halftime. The Falcons were somewhat in control at that point, but they pulled away in the third quarter, and they win by 28 over Pacific Lutheran. Falcons shoot 38% from the floor, and the Lutz shoot 29%. Neither team really, the Lutes actually shot pretty well from the three-point line, 33% on 7 out of 21. Falcons were 5 out of 18 from beyond the arc, 28%. But the Falcons got to the line 16 times in the game, made 12. That's a 75% clip. And the Lutes got to the line just 6 times in the game and made 4. Lutes held the advantage in rebounds, 46 to 44. However, the Lutes turned the ball over 25 times. Falcons turned it over 13 times. Falcons had 16 assists in this one, and the Lutes had 11. So both teams really sharing the ball pretty well. Falcons with 13 steals, and they had 26 points off turnovers to 11 for Pacific Lutheran. The Lutes had 3 steals in the ball game. Let's take a look at the individual stats here. First of all, for the Lutes, they, as I mentioned, they get 16 players into the game. And Cassidy Javernick had 11 points, but those were all in the first half. She had 11 points, was 3 out of 4 from distance, 4 out of 9 overall from the floor. They get 7 from Kate Wooten and 7 rebounds from Wooten. So Wooten with 7 points, 7 rebounds, and a steal and an assist. Kate Wooten, in just 15 minutes off the bench, had a pretty solid stat line. They get 6 points from Brooke Samura, and she had her last bucket right at the beginning of the second half. She finishes 3 out of 8 from the floor. Nobody played a ton of minutes for the Lutes, and actually just one player, Javernick, played 21 minutes, and a lot of those were in the first half. They really did get everybody some time in this game, as everybody got at least 7 minutes in this ball game. So that was kind of the plan, I think, from Coach Lee A. Duddle. Falcons get 15 points from Hunter Beeren. She gets 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Did turn it over 5 times, but came up with a steal as well. Had 3 offensive rebounds. And Falcons also had 3 offensive rebounds, 7 total from Grace Leisure, who just had 4 points, but really filled up the stat sheet again. 3 blocked shots. 3 steals, 1 blocked shot. Seemed like she blocked more than 1, but I think she got a foul, got a call for a foul on one of them, and they just have her officially for 1 blocked shot, but 3 steals, 4 points, 7 rebounds for Leisure, the sophomore out of Portland, Oregon. 12 points for Skylar Berry. She had 5 rebounds, 2 blocked shots, and Berry went 4 out of 4 at the free throw line. Falcons also get 9 points from Lane Kearns, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block. And 8 points from Haley Ota. She hit a couple of threes and went 2 out of 2 at the free throw line. Also, 8 points from Julia Levine, and she had 5 rebounds and a blocked shot. So Levine, in just 11 minutes, very productive, 4 out of 6 from the floor. And Phoenix Sharp, of course, gets the 3 at the end of the game. Falcons win it again by 28. And we mentioned Pacific Lutheran, they're going to go to Kirkland tomorrow. So whether they're only from Tacoma, so they'll probably go back home tonight and just make another drive. Not a very long trip up to Kirkland, but they'll be at Northwest University tomorrow. The Falcons, this was their final home game before the holidays, as they are going to now go on the road to Salt Lake City for 2 before Christmas, as they actually are going to play Metro State for a second time. They played Metro State here the day after Thanksgiving, and they'll play them again in Salt Lake City this coming weekend. They'll play Westminster on Friday, and then Metro State on Saturday. Then it's all conference games from that point for the Falcons, as they are 0-2 in the GNAC, but trying to improve on that. They go to 4-9 on the season, and as I mentioned, for this game, for the Lutes, this game did not count in the standings, but it does for SPU. So they go to 4-9. Their 3 wins previous to this have all been against division, but they pick up a non-conference, non-division win here tonight against Pacific Lutheran by a count again of 73-45. And we will go ahead and wrap things up here. We do have men's basketball coming up tomorrow at 6 p.m. versus Evergreen State. The men will have another game against Douglas College on Saturday. So 2 more games for the men's basketball team before Christmas. But the women's team, they are not going to be back here again until January 9th. So they'll have 2 in Salt Lake City. Then they'll be in Billings, Montana on January 4th before they host St. Martin's on January 9th. And so if you're not going to join us for men's basketball, happy holidays to you. And we will see you on the other side of the calendar in 2025.